everybody, it is Ben from Powerful Eyes Gaming, and today we are here with our weekend episode. But when we last left off, we had just conquered the Michigan territory, and I had just informed you all that, well, it kind of looks like we're almost at the end game. And to be honest with you guys, it really does look like we're at the end game. We have the option to come down here and conquer some Spanish territories, liberate Mexico, take a couple of territories, take Granada. But really, what I'm thinking is, now, I think the best choice for me for this campaign is going to be just to liberate Mexico by 1845, and then we will transition over to the Brothers versus Brothers mod. I don't really feel like being involved in any of the shit dickery that has occurred in Europe. If we wanted to, we could come in here and we could probably break some things. We could probably, conquer some small swaths of territory, whether it's here near Russia or down here in Prussian-controlled territory, or just down here in Spanish and in Sicily territory. Yeah. Apparently, the Italians are having all sorts of interesting things. I mean, there are some small nations that I could come out here and conquer. I could come out here and break France's back, take Corsica from them. I could come over here, maybe do an invasion of Britain and liberate Ireland and Scotland, and hold London, and then give it to France or something. I don't know. That would be some ridiculousness right there. I mean, all in all, we're looking at relatively. This campaign is kind of done. I mean, I've enjoyed it a lot. It's been a lot of fun, and I think the biggest big thing in all of this is we had a goal for this campaign, which was I think originally we didn't have an end date. We just had a plan. But now we have an end date. That end date was by 1845. We wanted to achieve peace in America. We wanted to hold our territories, and we've really done that. We've done an amazing job of, attack, peace. We've had these, we took. And initially, it was kind of rough for us. We had the native territories here that were, the Native Americans were very well dug in. They had conquered Florida while we had been sitting behind our defensive lines, just kind of building up our infrastructure ready to that when we did emerge, we would be able to sweep the field. We have some small forts here and there. We have some cities that have their military fortifications. So, I mean, it seems to me like we've achieved all of our major goals, and I'm very impressed that we were able to not only make this whole series down here work, but we also I personally had a lot of fun bringing all of this craziness to you guys. So, we are going to end our summer of 1829 and move on to the winter of 1829. Right, Navy. I have to do some naming, so we will quick take care of that. 5th rates. USS USS Hartford, HARTFORD. if you guys see me sometimes misspelling things. I actually have dyslexia. It makes it difficult for me to spell, so Rouois. Yes, there we are. The S. Yes key for a little bit. Yeah, I have dyslexia, and it does make it makes it difficult, especially in college, to be able to go, oh, I can do what these people are doing. I can answer these questions and find read the same works that other people do. Most of my dyslexia is revolving around like simple stuff like P's and nines, E's and D's, things that look similar, especially in a lowercase form. But there we go. Right. As Adams, Alliance. Okay. So we're going to deploy Richmond here. I'm going to take Hartford and Iroquois, bring them down here and in here.
Still shipshape.
I think that's... Huh. I recruited too many ships.
Heave away, boys. Heave away. Any orders?
Okay. One vessel left. These guys are the ones who are short. Okay. I was missing something.
Set sail. Jump to it and look lively.
Okay. So we have officially got our entire navy built. So we're all set and deployed. We've got a pretty well constructed navy here. This is a naval hospital. Oh crap. One of these was supposed to be a steam dry dock. Okay. Well, we will build that and we'll deal with the craziness that is in this College of Divinity, because both of these colleges of divinity, because that's just not... I don't need two colleges of divinity in one province. I don't need two colleges of divinity in general, in a lot of really anywhere. We're going to move on to the winter of 1829. I think we're going to reach 1830 by the end of this episode, just to kind of close off this part of the series. We're all kind of established. I mean, if we want to, what we could do is, well, we'll establish it in the comments. I'd like you guys' opinion. I'd like everybody here's opinion on what we should do from here. Should we continue along with the campaign and build up a new army, go down, should we build up till 1830, prep for an invasion of Spanish territories down here in the Americas. It'll probably be the army in Texas and in the wilderness, and I'll probably just move the militia force in Texas down into the fort, or elements of the militia force in Texas down into the fort to kind of secure it. Probably 1 unit of militia, 2 units of Minutemen, right down into here, just to kind of hold the walls. Don't really... I mean, here's the thing. All of these forces that aren't full-strength armies are solely dedicated to the purpose of buying time. That is their entire objective, is to buy time. Buy time for what and for whom? Well, we haven't really figured that out. We haven't really needed to make those decisions. Generally, we've had some pretty good luck. We've only had one time where we really lost a territory. And that was more because, well, there was an army that was heading towards us, and we just straight up missed it. Tax farmer. Ministers. Oh. Okay. Recruitment report. New York and New Mexico are recruiting things. Governor's mansion down here. I mean, a military governor's encampment. Military governor's barracks will be what's next. Farmland down here in Texas. Yeah, so, I mean, let's try. Yay! Perfect. Oh, never mind. No reason to infiltrate that army if there's no real general to...
Seeking cover. Investigating target.
Oh, wowza. Is just moving these armies kind of away from our borders, I guess. I guess they don't really have to fear anything down here because they really don't have anything to fear down here. They have France, but France is their ally. French provinces down here, but France is their ally, so they really don't have anything to worry about. Unless Putin builds up some kind of invasion force here. Oh, okay. Putin builds up this invasion force, sends them down into Spanish territory down there. That's gonna be great for us. Right.
Ready for order.
You in there.
Yes, sir.
You in there.
Orders.
It's the army that's supposed to be in here.
At the ready.
Perfect. Then you back.
March.
Okay. So, start building this up. Magistrate, first and foremost. Workshop. Oh, not a school. Workshop. We've got farms here. Anything else? No villages left. Perfect. Okay. So, here's one thing we could do. What we could do is we could trade Mexico for we could trade for Mexico. We could build up a nice financial reserve of some kind and, you know, spend some money and get ourselves Mexico. And what we could do is then we could jack up the taxes a little bit, let it rebel, and then we can go on to give Mexico its own country and make peace with them, offer them protection. We'll probably have like a whole military alliance, trade agreement. You know, we'll give Mexico permission to move troops through our land. We'll get permission from Mexico to move troops through their land. And what essentially I'll do is I'll bring kind of an army down here to defend Mexico. Because, well, let's face it, pretty much every nation declares war on these tiny little upstarts in the New World. I mean, pretty much every major nation is going to be at war with Mexico when it's born. I think. I think it's under the same, like, same kind of, like, principles as if territories up here rebel, they're at war with everybody. Anybody who conquers them gets the territory, and there's no real war. I don't know if that's true. I don't think I've played enough to really see that, if that is true. So we've got this army heading home. We've got these armies all replenishing and redeploying themselves. New York is now rebuilding its forces. 203, 104, 4 regiments of militia. 104 units of militia. I have 104 units of militia by the end of this whole. Oh, I'm gonna have way more than that, actually. I could upgrade this church school down here into a chapter school. Oh, okay. But I don't really see the point in that. I'm just gonna burn it down and build something that makes me more money in its place next turn. Protestantism, 100%. Bliss. We need to get up into here. We need to move on to New York.
Must pray a while.
That should about convert the entirety of our populace to what it needs to be. I'm glad we have this now time to kind of situate ourselves and kind of think about, how do we proceed from here? Because it gives me an opportunity to go, okay, so I've secured everything that I wanted to secure. I'm building up. I guess I can just build up for a bit. Sorry, knocked into the headset. I guess I can build up for a little bit and kind of, see just how much money I can make by, 1840. But I might even bring the end of the campaign down to 1840. If we've attained total peace by 1840, maybe I should end the campaign then, because it's looking like we have, not too many options left. Yes, can, as I've said probably a number of times now, can come down and we can take Mexico, we can take Guatemala, Panama, New Granada. We can come down here and kick Spain completely out of the New World. And that might be fun. Putting 3 armies down, probably leave 1 army situated kind of here. And it probably would not be this army. I'd probably bring this army with me because of how much experience it has. What? I'm going to treat this as though I were prepping for that. I'm going to treat these next couple of turns like we're prepping for invasion of New Spain. The whole purpose of taking Mexico, letting it rebel, and giving it its own nation. And maybe we'll peace out Spain at that point. I don't know. Frankly, it's none of it. At this point, I haven't really made that decision yet. So we have this ability to almost choose the destiny for a ton of virtualized, but for a ton of people, and we can establish new nation, have our nation established. Now we can start looking into foreign politics and liberating Mexico and coming down here and maybe kicking Spain out of Americas. Maybe then we can move on to kicking the Martha Confederacy out. Maybe we should start talking to Britain, negotiating, some of these former Spanish provinces away from Britain and making them and securing them for ourselves? I don't honestly know. Oh, right, I got a shipyard here, and that's got to go all the way up to Steam Dry Dock. We have steam technology already researched. I think we do. Next turn, the steam engine will be researched. Richmond. Anything down here that you could research that won't take you like a freaking week? No, I need New Haven on the percussion shells because they've got a lot of research capabilities. Okay, so let's move on to summer of 1830. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end off this episode at I'm going to end this episode off at the winter of 1830. So this will probably be an abbreviated episode. It'll probably only be like 30 minutes, simply because we don't really have all that much to do. But I've really enjoyed kind of the struggle of this, because and there was a struggle in all this. There was that idea of we can't just churn out huge armies and go and conquer all. We have to decide which armies are best suited to the tasks at hand. So, the first army we recruited, they became very, very powerful almost overnight, simply because they were a first army. They were the army that we had to build out of necessity. We didn't build them because we had the capacity to. We built them in order to realize our ability to expand and our ability to, take portions of what we deem is rightfully ours. So we had to, build up these forces, and we had to go out and we had to go conquer or die. So our first army obviously got very, very powerful very, very quickly. Our second army and our third army likewise became powerful because they were armies of necessity. Our fourth army is probably going to remain our weakest army in terms of experience and in terms of just general military prowess. I mean, I doubt I'm ever going to move, since I have now 4 armies. One of those armies is always going to remain in the home territories. It's always we're always going to need an army at home to defend from, if we declare war on somebody, defend from foreign invasion. Now, while that translates well in game, it doesn't translate well in actual real-world politics. Having just a huge standing army just lying around is a massive drain on resources. And I think maybe I should actually lower my taxes a bit and kind of force myself to play under a more... what I should have done... In retrospect, maybe what I should have done is lowered my taxes to, like, the minimal that they can be at. And what I could have done is, when they were at the minimal they could be at, only build enough troops to where I'm not getting into debt. But, if trade drops off, bump up lower class taxes or upper class taxes a little bit to make sure that spies are completing their missions, which is great. Denmark has apparently redeclared its sovereignty. New York is still recruiting. Construction reports are coming in. Santa Fe, you have new roads. Where else has new roads? Weavers College. Perfect. We actually have now the steam-powered mill, so we have the ability to infrastructure, metal road. We have the ability to, I can now go around and pretty much build up everything to steam power, which is great. Everything that can be upgraded to steam power, I'm going to upgrade to steam power. Everything that I have the money to upgrade to steam power, I'm going to upgrade to steam power. Perfect. 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 So there goes any sense of, hey, let's not spend money. Let's not spend money these next coming turns. Yeah, no, I'm spending all of the money. I might actually blow through my whole treasury on this. Holy cow. Okay. There's that. I can start actually now upgrading all of these places with forts, because at some point, if we do declare war on somebody, obviously, if I was one of these nations and I saw how well the enemy was solely defending one territory, I might think that that territory was incredibly important to their endgame, and I would immediately, Zerg my way over to it. Especially given that the AI is not playing under the same constraints that I am. Which, no. I mean, I like that idea. I like the idea of, having to build up and having to build a force that actually handle taking on any enemy that, may mysteriously appear. Okay, we can actually now burn this down and then rebuild it next turn. Oh, yeah, let's end this turn. Go for the winter of 1830. So yeah, this episode is going to be a bit abbreviated. It's going to probably only be like 30 or 40 minutes. So I will end the episode once I've kind of, finalized, here's what I'm upgrading, here's what I'm doing. We'll review what our plans are. We will review how we plan to respond to, if we decide, oh, we're going to go declare war on Spain, I mean, I am planning this. I'm going to take this episode as though I was going to declare war on Spain next term. Or in the next coming terms. So, we're just about finished on that prep, though. So, it's not like we have X and Y and Z to do before we reach that point. No, we just have to move one army into position, and then we're ready to go. So once we get into this turn, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna review everything. I'm going to get what was it? I think it's the Cherokee territory back on the road to rebuilding that either the Cherokee or the Kaintuck territory on the road to rebuilding their military governor's encampment as a state house. I'm gonna move the army in Fort Hood up to cover for where some of these troops are going to be moving about. And then from there, I guess it's just from there I'm gonna end the episode. But I think next week what we're going to be looking at is by next week I'll have decided, okay, so we're gonna invade. We're gonna try to take Mexico. We're gonna invade. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna have that all established. I might do a time skip if I'm gonna do if what I'm gonna do is have a war erupt between myself and Spain. I might do a time skip where I just move all the troops into position, get everything reestablished, get all of my commerce built up, get everything kind of settled and organized, and at least have like a turn where nothing is upgrading, nothing is building, everything is fully established, and then we will start our invasion of Spanish territory with probably just crossing the border into Mexico. I think I'm going to use Constitution, Congress, and Cumberland to transport what was it? General somebody's army, the army that was supposed to go to the fort in New York, this fort here in New York. I'm probably going to just use them to I'll probably just use them to how do I say this? To I'll probably use Constitution, Cumberland, and Congress to transport them down to Texas to prepare for the invasion. So that will probably just take all of like 2 minutes. So I might just do that now, load them up, send them down, and get them ready. Okay, Sweden has canceled trade with me. Successful missions all around. Trenchermen down here, that's unfortunate. Militias recruiting in New York. Okay, so we're having... the naming has fallen off, which is unfortunate. And there is just massive building. Massive amounts of building and construction everywhere, which is great for us. We've kind of established that this is what we're doing, this is how it's gonna look. Steam Dry Dock or Naval Hospital in Texas? I'm gonna go Steam Dry Dock. I'm also gonna go Dry Dock up here. Magistrate, state capital, state capital, state capital. That's already a state capital, state capital. Perfect. Doing great. Alright, yeah, this guy needs that one upgrade. Army is all set. We should probably bring the 20... We should probably recruit 2 units of 24-pound foot artillery. 2 or 3 units of 24-pound foot. What I need to do is, here in Philadelphia, I need to recruit 4 units of this. And I need to get rid of 3rd Regiment of Artillery. 3rd Regiment of Artillery. 15th Regiment of Artillery. I'm gonna try to avoid getting rid of anything that's got, like, good experience on it. 6th, the 8th Regiment of Artillery down here. And then finally in here, the 17th Regiment of Artillery. So, it's artillery here in Pennsylvania. Recruit 424 pounders. We'll send one of them here. I'm actually gonna prep
Aye, aye, Captain.
all of these vessels. Should I put an admiral on Constitution? You know what? No, I'm not going to recruit. I could recruit an admiral on Constitution. Just put an admiral on there simply because we kind of can. Just kind of make it that, you know, we have this territory up here that can... we have an admiral up here that can actually command a fleet if we needed him to. We've got these Legion troops here, which... I don't know. I might move them around in some ways. Let me just keep scrolling through all this. Outside of colleges, I don't think there's really anything to upgrade. Outside of colleges and church schools, there's nothing really left to upgrade, which is great. That means we've been building up all this time, and we've reached a point where we are officially, you know, very financially stable. Okay, so I'm gonna throw down taxes as low as they can go. Just take a look at that. Oh, 2,300. I'm gonna raise middle class taxes, actually. Yeah, perfect. Okay. If they gave me control over middle and upper class taxes, it would literally just look like upper class, middle class here, lower class, lowest. Because, I mean, we're trying to build a nation, not, you know, screw everyone over. -6% to land military technology research rate. -6% to upkeep for all army units. This actually... I could actually just move him over to the Navy, give him... Yeah, no, I do kind of need that bonus on the army. So, my popularity is going up. Trade is good. A lot of trade. Russia and the Barbary States are not really trading with us at all. Spain is not trading with us either. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to end my trade with Spain, just out of not really caring enough. Cancel a trade agreement with them, simply because it's not really worth it. They're not. We're not friends. Request trade agreement. Can we? Will you? I can give you 9,000 for it instead of 11,000. Perfect. Okay, so that's gonna end it here, guys, for this week episode. Move him closer. Okay, perfect. So, next episode will be simply building up here. The final preparations for our war with, our eventual war with Spain. And then, finally, after that, so probably next weekend, we will probably be looking at, a war with starting off our war with Spain. And then the subsequent week after, we'll be looking at, hopefully, the continuation of our war with Spain, probably we'll be looking at the sound and thorough defeat of Spanish forces here in Spain, Guatemala, and Panama. If we reach Panama and it's around 1845, what I might do is I might just peace out Spain, or I'll continue on to New Granada, take New Granada, and then peace out Spain, and then just spend 6 turns kind of building up to the point where spend 6 turns at peace with everybody, and end the playthrough either there, or if we really like the War of Spain, I can end it in 1850, and then we can move on to the American Civil War campaign from there. I'm going to try, when we start up the American Civil War campaign, I'm going to try to edit the start year, if I can, to kind of coincide with where we were in this campaign, so that we're not just suddenly there's a time skip of several years, and we have no army, we have no navy, we have no nothing. Nobody has really anything. I'll try to do is either edit the game file in some way that allows me to choose the year in which we start, or and the rebellion won't recruit many forces up till that point, or we'll just put in a time skip that after our wars with Spain, we disbanded the military, we sent our troops home, and America entered a time of peaceful exploration or something like that. So thank you guys for watching. It has been a pleasure bringing you these episodes, and I will see you guys next time. Stay classy, people.